Now, sports debates can take place just about anywhere. No matter the time or place, participants take pride in defending their stance on a particular topic. While there's no set location for this to transpire, one thing is certain. That is that nothing compares to sports debates in the barbershop. The barbershop is more than just a place where people go to keep up with their personal maintenance. It is a fraternity where the members share their thoughts and beliefs in a way that others from the outside may not be able to comprehend. Throughout the debate experience in the establishment, tempers may flare, and words are exchanged as a result of the heat of the moment. In the end, there is nothing but respect between the members. With that being said, Sports Shop Talk comes your way now. Welcome to the premiere Sports Shop Talk, where sports debates take on a whole new meaning. I'm your host, Emmanuel Vincent, and along with me I have Ace, Barack Barber, and Shells. Now these three guys know their sports, as their knowledge will be on full display throughout the show. Now before we begin, I'd like to give a special thanks to the good folks here at Straight Edge Barbershop for allowing us to use their space. Let's begin, fellas, shall we? May 2nd, it goes down. Mayweather vs. Pacquiao, 5 years in the making, billed by many as the fight of the century. Guys, will this fight live up to the hype?
Probably not as much as people think, because this fight should have been happening years ago. But will everyone, as a boxing fan and everyone, fan of Pacquiao or Mayweather, be excited about this? Of course you will, because you wanted to see this fight regardless, even if it was 10 years from now. But it'll still be exciting to watch as a fan of both fighters. I think it'll be a good fight.
I believe it's going to try. It's been in the making for so long, and they both wanted. We wanted it, so they're giving the people the fight that we wanted, and it's going to go to the hype, and Mayweather's going to lose. He's going to lose. I know y'all probably. The general consensus has Mayweather as a favorite, but I'm on Pacquiao. I'm against Mayweather every fight anyway.
Personally, I want Mayweather to lose because the rematch would be even better. I kind of want him to lose it.
Shells, chime in.
No way that's gonna happen. You can clearly hear his bias, but to answer the actual question, I don't think the fight's gonna live up to the hype either, just because Mayweather is such a superior boxer from Pacquiao, and I think that at this point, it's the truth. I think at this point, Pac-Man has slowed down so much.
You don't know that.
He's lost twice. He's fought. He was planking. He was planking 3 matches ago.
He lost twice. One of them was a what would you want to call it? A flake gate type of fight. Tim Bradley.
The preparation he's going
through right now. The Tim Bradley fight wasn't a real. The Tim Bradley fight was he got robbed.
Totally different mindset.
Well, we don't know that.
He's ready.
They're both superior with their styles. Mayweather's a defensive boxer.
But
Pacquiao's attacking.
But Barack, wouldn't you agree that this fight probably would have been better 5 years ago with a younger Pacquiao?
Of course, and I still believe that it has the same mystique to it. Even with Pacquiao having his 2 losses, one of the losses he got, he actually fought. He was fighting. That's how he lost. Pacquiao's an attacker. He's gonna attack Mayweather. He's gonna make him fight. So we're gonna see that.
If he's getting hit with counter punches from Marquez, what do you think's gonna happen with Floyd?
Floyd's
a lot faster and a much better defensive fighter than Marquez is.
I think Pacquiao can match up. Speed for speed, he got it. Power, he's probably stronger than Mayweather.
No, he's definitely strong.
So I think he got. I believe he can match up very well.
I hope it's gonna be a good fight.
It's gonna most likely go 12 rounds. It's gonna go 12 rounds. It's probably gonna go unless someone gets knocked down once and gets back up. Whoever gets knocked down probably loses that fight. Period. Even if it goes 12.
I think the first four rounds are gonna be good. Then after that, Mayweather's gonna adjust, and then it's gonna be murder she wrote after that.
We'll see though. We'll see. We got less than a month.
Right. May 2nd.
So we'll see.
Going down.
Pay-per-view material.
Listen, Mayweather's gonna lose. Y'all got this on. You got it on film. He's gonna lose.
I hope he loses.
Yeah. Notice what he said. I hope he loses.
I'm not
He
sleeping
said
on
that they
Floyd.
were
I'm not
going
sleeping on
to
Floyd.
lose.
I'm not
We're
sleeping
gonna
on
roll the
Floyd.
film back next a month from now.
Let's move on to football, shall we? It's been a busy offseason in the NFL thus far, as a flurry of acquisitions and trades took place. However, acquisitions and trades do not necessarily mean improvement. Fellas, who are your winners and losers thus far in the offseason of the National Football League?
Well, the winners. It's a three-way tie. I give it to the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins, and I'm gonna tell you why. And the sole loser of the offseason, none other than the Philadelphia Eagles, my man's team. Well, the Bills, Jets, and Dolphins did enough to boost up their offense and defense to compete with the Patriots on paper. Will it translate onto the field? We don't know. It all has to do with coaching and schemes. But the Eagles, on the other hand, when you trade your franchise player for a linebacker who has a torn ACL, then you just know that's a recipe for disaster, you know. But they landed DeMarco Murray. Didn't they get a backup running back too?
Ryan Matthews.
You got rid of some of your Macklin is gone too.
Yeah.
And it's like the NFC East is gonna go to the Cowboys again.
Charles, chime in on this. Who are your winners and losers?
I agree partly with what Barack said. I think that the Bills are definitely the winners. They got LaShawn McCoy, Rex Ryan, they added Percy Harvin, a couple of defensive ends. And I think that just overall their culture will change because Rex Ryan is really good he's a very good player manager, and he'll be able to really give his players a lot of confidence and definitely boost the defense. As far as the losers, I think it's hard to say because Eagles are my team, but I think that we could potentially either be the biggest losers by far, or we have potential to be one of the winners. A lot of the moves we made were based on assumptions, not moves that were solid moves. I mean, we lost McCoy, we lost Macklin, we lost Trent Cole. And I mean, even last year, losing Jackson and stuff, I don't know if our offense is going to take a huge hit or not. We're going to find out. Sam Bradford is much more talented than Nick Foles, and we saw what we were able to do with Mark Sanchez. So if Bradford is good, I think we'll be fine. But it's tough. I'm not sold on.
I don't know
about that.
Bradford is definitely much more talented. He has a stronger arm. It's more accurate.
The Eagles lost key pieces on both sides.
I mean, there's no doubt that the Eagles.
We've also signed cornerbacks, though. We signed.
I understand that. I do understand that you did sign a cornerback from the Seahawks.
Even with the Eagles in that division, I would say Giants and Redskins probably would lose 2-1.
They're always losing.
They haven't done much to even contend, so by default, Cowboys is probably going to take that.
Well, the Cowboys didn't really lose a step because they still was able to retain.
Yeah,
that's Brian.
Exactly.
They picked up a serviceable back. In fact, he's always hurt. And I'm sure they're going to draft a running back in the draft, maybe. Probably. You never know. But right now, the Cowboys are the front runner on that division.
They are, but I'm not scared of the Cowboys organization. I just feel like they always find ways to lose.
From a fan standpoint, you're not supposed to be scared. You shouldn't. That's what. Do I think we're going to be challenged in the AFC East? We will be challenged. We will be challenged this year.
Now, do you think that we can potentially lose the AFC East?
Can we potentially lose it? We could potentially lose it. Will we lose it? We won't lose it. We won't lose it.
But I do respect them.
We'll probably, once again, split the season series between the Bills and the Jets. The Jets also revamped two of themselves. Don't forget they got Brandon Marshall.
Obviously, brought back Darrell Reeves.
And Antonio Cromartie.
Yes.
Don't forget about that. And they brought in the safety, Marcus Wilkins from the Chargers. The Dolphins themselves, the biggest thing, they got rid of Mike Wallace. The biggest thing they did was bring in Ndamukong Suh. That was it. So other than that, don't forget another team that kind of won just off of one player alone was the Texans with Vince Wilfork. That just made that defense. It just made that defense open up. J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt's probably going to break the record, and Jadeveon Clowney's probably going to be right there behind him.
Yeah, that's true.
That defense is going to be probably solid.
Definitely.
The race for the MVP award is as close as it's ever been in recent years, as several players are worthy of the honor. Showing no signs of fatigue, they are making long strides to the very end. Who is the real MVP? That is the question.
To me, the MVP race is pretty clear cut. I don't think it's as debatable as people think. I think James Harden is definitely the clear cut MVP just for the fact that he's been able to keep Houston in the top 4 in the West in the entire season with Dwight Howard being hurt. Corey Brewer, they didn't even get till midway through the season. They didn't get Josh Smith till midway through the season. Terry Jones missed time. They've had a lot of injuries, a lot of people out, and the only person who's been consistent on that team has been James Harden. So to me, I think he's pretty much the clear-cut favorite. He definitely should be MVP.
Well, one thing for sure is we're definitely going to have a new MVP, aside from the norm in the NBA. And that's going to be between Steph Curry and James Harden. The dark horse is Russell Westbrook, but I'm going to go with James Harden. Like the man puts the ball on the floor, takes it to the rack. Like Shell said, Dwight Howard's been out, a number of key injuries on that team. James Harden stepped up to the plate. What is it, the top 3 seed right now?
I believe they are
two.
tied with
Second.
Memphis.
They're 2 right now.
Second.
Top 2
Oh, the second right now.
Let me check this one. The second.
The man's leading the league in scoring. He's going to win a scoring title as well. You just got to give it to a man who's playing like that. Like I don't think there's ever been a season where someone won a scoring title and not win the MVP. Or maybe there was one time with Kobe and Durant.
Melo.
Yes. But anyway, James Harden, he's the MVP. Steph Curry, the Warriors, they're number 1 right now. You wouldn't want to give it to him, but Houston Rockets have way more injuries, way more significant injuries, and they overcame, and they're still in the second. They're still in the top 2 seeds.
Now, Ace, are you in agreement with these guys?
I mean, both guys deserve it, but I think the guy that's going to get it is going to be Steph Curry. I mean,
So you think he's going to get it?
I think he's going to get it. I really think he's going to get it.
And why do you believe that he is the MVP?
They're number 1 in the West, the tough Western Conference. He's balling just as good, if not better than most of the other stars in the league. So I feel like he's going to be the one to pick up this award this year. I mean, they've just been doing phenomenal things with Golden State, that whole organization. I mean, you can make the argument he has better cast around him, but still, regardless.
The best cast around.
Golden
State Warriors, top to bottom.
But he's no slouch. He's doing his thing. He's picking up slack too. So
he's balling. He has a lot of help over there.
So, but what about on that
we
team?
know in history that
That's
MVP normally, that's what they look at. The wins. So
Now, what about Russell Westbrook and his performance since the All-Star break? Do you guys think that warrants him to be in consideration for league MVP? I mean, I know that the team is currently out of the playoffs, or very close to being out of the playoffs.
He's a dark horse. He's a clear-cut third choice. He's playing hero ball right now, and that hero ball is keeping OKC still afloat when it comes to the playoff. When it comes to the playoff run, you see what he's doing without KD, and pretty much we thought, and Ibaka's out too. Yeah. So I pretty much thought with KD out, Ibaka out, that team is not even going to contend. With that little passion he plays with, they'll fight, but they'll get knocked out.
Yeah, I don't think he has a chance to win MVP, but he should be in the conversation just for the way he's playing. But the way he's playing is making me think that he might be the best player in the league right now, or at least the second best after LeBron. So regardless if he's not going to win MVP, but regardless whether he's like heavily considered or not, he definitely has put his way into the conversation of people can really actually debate if he is as good as Kevin Durant or not.
The best player in the league.
Look, I was going to bring that up. LeBron James.
The best player in the league debate, it changes way too often. People were like, that's like they looking at it from right now, right? And it's like the NBA is like right now. Whoever's playing the best is the best player in the league. That's what they always say. But we all know.
It's King James. So where does he stand in this discussion? I mean, I know there's voters fatigue, that some people are tired of having him.
Well, LeBron's MVP. LeBron's MVP
every year.
Yeah, LeBron's MVP. LeBron's MVP. LeBron being the MVP, that's not going to ever end. But
this season, you gotta let him chill for a little bit. He's still figuring out his team. He's, got Kyrie, Kevin Love, and all the boys. They're going to the championship. They have a very good chance of winning. They could easily beat the Warriors. They could easily beat the Warriors or the Rockets.
7-game series. I just can't see the Warriors win that championship. It's
It's amazing. It's amazing to say that. So it's amazing to say that the two guys that we have for MVPs could make it to the championship but still lose.
So do you have them? Do you have either team at least either going to the finals or losing before the finals, losing the Western Conference finals?
Golden State or Cleveland?
I mean, I'm talking about in terms of Houston and Golden State. Like you guys said, you don't have neither of them winning it. You have them at least getting there, or one of them losing.
I think Golden State is definitely going to make it at least in the Western Conference Finals or come out the West.
Okay.
Houston, I think it depends on who they play.
I agree. I agree with what he's saying. How Golden State supporting cast has the ingredients to make it to the Western Conference Finals.
Definitely.
Houston, on the other end, I can't see them making it that far. They're going to make it real interesting. But they're going to slow down. They're going to slow down because you never know if Dwight's going to show up. You never know
if James Harden's going to
show up. James Harden's going to show up, but he's not going to have enough around him to complement him.
He turns into Casper in the playoffs.
What about two other guys? I mean, they obviously have not been talking about MVP at all.
I want to bring it up. CP3.
What about him?
CP3's MVP talks is no longer. No longer.
Is this because of the move that Steph Curry put on him last night?
No, it's just no longer. He's been on the Clippers team for maybe 3 seasons now, and that team has been overhyped, underachieved. It's like you know he's gonna be there, but he hasn't done enough to get them to that point. You know what I'm saying? Now the Clippers, you never seen the Clippers as a number 1 or number 2 seed.
But you guys are just crazy. Westbrook, he's only getting up to the HC.
But look how old.
You get the numbers that he walk.
I'm talking about
and what about the stretch Paul Pierce had without?
We're talking about
to me, Chris Paul is definitely the top 4.
That's all I'm saying.
Just with the fact that
put him in the league.
That's probably even gonna vote. I love Chris Paul. You might like the top 3 guys. The top 3 guys in the West. That might be on the vote. Chris Paul, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. I think look who the name that was dropping.
He's been his second option since KD and LeBron been gone. He's been balling.
He was a top 5. I think he was like 4th pick in the draft. For Cantor on the Warriors.
The numbers.
You having a double in the draft?
When he got to OKC, he's been balling OKC.
I would realistically put LaMarcus Aldridge above CP3 in the MVP voting after Westbrook. That'd be LaMarcus because the Blazers are actually.
I think they're third.
They're third. The Blazers are third.
They're third or 4th. They might be 4th.
He's fourth. LaMarcus Aldridge is probably one of the most skilled players that's least talked about.
You guys see the Spurs doing everything?
Of course. I mean, it's the Spurs, so
it's so crazy.
It's so interesting.
But they're looking real.
It's so interesting. They are because they do this month. But there was a conversation on next one the Sports Network saying that Popovich, if he does win this, the best coach. If they win this year, the best coach. If they win this year,
ever, I'll give him over Phil. Because right now I have Phil, Red, Pop. I'll put Pop number 1 if he wins. Because Milo is old as hell. He hasn't played good in like 3 years. Tim Duncan is on his last leg. If they win this year,
he's retired.
Yeah, but he retired. Milo might retire too.
I guarantee you, Tony Fox will probably be the only one that's still playing. I think they'll all retire. Kawhi Leonard's gonna take the reins,
and then the other kid, Wayne.
They'll be all right. But that's we got our MVP.
So time will tell. We're only about a month away when the MVP award gets announced.
Well, that's all the time that we have for now. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. I'm Emmanuel Vincent. Until next time, take care.